Hello students, welcome to your own YouTube channel Study with Ehsan and I am Ehsan Anwar again at your service with a new video. So let's start. स्टूडेंट्स आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स के बारे में। तो कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स होते क्या हैं और उनका क्या यूज़ है और एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट्स को क्या ज़रूरत पड़ी कि कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर को हमारे सिलेबस में इंक्लूड किया गया, क्योंकि वी वर हैप्पी इन आवर रियल नंबर वर्ल्ड, देन व्हाट वाज द नीड ऑफ इंक्लूडिंग दिस न्यू टाइप ऑफ नंबर्स दैट इज़ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स। और कुछ स्टूडेंट्स तो ऐसा ही बोलते हैं कि instead of providing ease and comfort, why the experts of the subjects included this new type of numbers and make our work difficult. तो students ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। तो before solving different types of question on complex numbers, we will also discuss today in this video then what was the need of including this type of new number, that is the complex number, in our syllabus, और इसका क्या कहाँ कहाँ पे यूज़ हो सकता है, ये सारी बातों को हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। और कंप्लीट कॉन्सेप्ट्स और कितने टाइप्स के पॉसिबल क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं और जो आपके पूछे जाते हैं वो सब भी हम लोग इस वीडियो में आज डिस्कस करेंगे। तो इस वीडियो को एंड तक ज़रूर देखें स्टूडेंट्स। ये वीडियो आपके लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट होने वाला है। और एक बात मैं और आपको बता दूं कि अगर आप फ्यूचर में IIT जी का प्रिपरेशन करना चाहते हैं या मेडिकल की तरफ जाना चाहते हैं और अगर आप किसी भी फील्ड में तैयारी करना चाहते हैं और वो फील्ड साइंस का है, साइंस से रिलेटेड है, तो आपको ये नंबर बहुत ही यूज़फुल होने वाला है। और आज का ये वीडियो तो आपके लिए स्टूडेंट्स बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि ये एक नया टॉपिक है और नए नंबर्स हैं। तो आई सजेस्ट यू कि आप इस वीडियो को एंड तक ज़रूर देखें और इसे स्किप ना करें। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो बिफोर डिस्कसिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स, लेट वी discuss two types of numbers, real number and imaginary numbers. Then I think you all know about real numbers. What are real numbers? Then a very short and complete definition of real numbers: if the square of a number is positive, then the number is a real number. Then this was the definition we have studied of real numbers, real number. And so many examples you can write. For examples, we can take here 4, because when you take the square of this 4, it is 16. 16 is positive, therefore 4 is a real number. And also root 3 is a real number. Why? Because you take root 3, square of root 3, then it becomes 3. 3 is positive, so it is also real number. Minus root 5. And now students decide whether minus root 5 is real or not real. Then when you take the square of this minus root 5, then square of minus is plus, and root 5, square of root 5 is 5. The square of minus root 5 is plus 5, so it is also a real number. And all fractions, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 7, and so on, all are real numbers. And second type of numbers that we must know to understand the concept of complex number is imaginary number. What are imaginary numbers? Then students, imaginary number are the opposite of real numbers. If the square of a number is negative, then the number is imaginary. And you can write, this is the smallest and the complete definition of imaginary numbers. If the square of a number is negative, then it is an imaginary number. And so many examples you can write from your side also, imaginary numbers. Okay, and for example you can write Now if you take, instead of taking root 3 as we took in case of real numbers, now imagine if you take under root minus 3, then what will be the square of this number? Square root of, sorry, square, not square root. Square of this will be, you can calculate here, minus 3 and square. Then it will be minus 3. That means the square of this number is not positive, it is negative. Therefore minus root 3 is imaginary number, minus root 3. And also you can take minus 5 upon 4 and minus 7 and minus 8, etc. All are imaginary numbers. So students, we saw here real numbers and imaginary numbers and complex number. What is complex number? Now let's see. Now let's define complex numbers. Then students, I am going to write the definition of complex numbers. A number in the form of a plus iota b, and sometimes also read as a plus ib, a plus iota b or a plus ib, where a and b are real numbers. And what are real numbers? We have just studied. Where a and b are real numbers is called a complex number. Is called a complex number. And now you don't need to worry about what is I. We will discuss in the same video today what is I. So any number in the form of a plus ib where a and b both are real is called an imaginary number. For example, you can write 4 plus 3i. The value of a is 4 and value of b is 3 here. A plus ib. Then this is the example of complex number. Or 3 minus 6i. Okay, this is also a real number. Sorry, not real number, complex number. And 3 and 6 are real numbers. A and b, here a is 3 and b is minus 6. B is minus 6. Then it is also a complex number. And you can write 4 minus 7i, 3 plus 8i, etc. All are complex numbers. All are complex numbers. And now, note down this also. The form a plus ib of a complex number is also called Cartesian form of a complex number. Cartesian form. Okay. The form a plus ib of a complex number is also called its Cartesian form. So whenever you are asked anywhere to write the given expression in the form of a plus ib, or sometimes it is also asked write the given expression in the form of Cartesian form of the complex number, then you no need to worry about it. A plus ib is the Cartesian form or the standard form of the complex number. And now what is I? Let's discuss about it. If you take any imaginary number, for example, let we take minus 12, root under minus 12, then the square of this number will be negative, therefore it is an imaginary number. And now, can you not write this as minus 1 into 12? Of course, it can be written as root under minus 12 can also be written as root under minus 1 into root 12. And now, this minus 1, this expression root under minus 1 is written as iota. iota, and it is denoted by small I, and it looks like a small I. Actually it is it's a Greek letter, and its name is iota. Iota, it's a Greek letter. It looks like a small I as we use in English alphabet, but actually it is not a small I, it is a Greek letter, iota. Then root under -1 is I, and into root 12 as it is, and finally what can you write? Root 12I. Then this is I. This is I. I is root under -1. It's a Greek letter and its name is iota. Then root under -12 can also be written as 12I. And now let's discuss a brief property of this iota. Property of I, that is iota. Now, number 1, I to the power 0 is equal to 1. Number 2, I to the power 2, that means I square. I square. Now, when I is root under -1, then I square will be obviously -1. The square of root under -1, and the value of I cube. Students, you can also calculate the value of I cube. It will be -I, and the fourth power of this I to the power 4 is equal to 1. And how? You can take any number having power 0, we have studied, is equal to 1 in our earlier classes, and I square can be written as I into I, and the value of I is root under -1 into root under -1, then root -1 into root -1, it is -1, and that's why we have written here I square is -1. And now it's the time for I cube. Then I cube can be written as I square into I, and we have just calculated the value of I square, it is -1, and into value of I, it is I, then -1 into I, it is -I, the value of I cube is -I, value of I cube is -I, and this is the reason why I have written here I cube is -I. And now the last property number D, I to the power 4 equal to 1. Then how? Let's see here. I4 can be written as I square into I square, and we have just calculated the value of I square. It is here. I square is -1. I square -1. Then I square -1 and multiplied by again I square, it is -1. Then -1 into -1, it is 1. That means value of I to the power 4 is 1. I to the power 4 is 1. Then these are the properties of iota, that is I, and here the proof of these properties, these 4 properties, the proof of these 4 properties. And some students also wondered why I to the power 0 is 1. Then we have studied any integer or any number having power 0 is 1. Then how? Then let's discuss in the same video. I to the power 0 equal to 1. Then I to the power 0. Can you write this? I to the power 0, that means 2 minus 2 is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0, or let's don't take any particular value, let me take n minus 1. N minus 1 is 0, and n can be 1, 2, 3 or whatever you want. You can take I to the power n minus 1. Then further it can be written as I to the power n into I to the power minus n. Why? Because they are in multiplication, so power will be added. N plus minus 1, plus minus n minus 1. I to the power n minus 1 and I to the power n into I to the power minus 1, they are same. And now you have studied the rules of exponents. I to the power n into, and this is I to the power minus n, which can also be written as I to the power 1 upon I to the power n, and this will be cancelled out, and finally the value is 1. That means I to the power 0 is 1. Then these are the properties of iota, and the proof of these properties are also here. and carefully note down. Students, this is very important, and this is also very useful in solving the first type of question based on complex number, and you can also see questions based on these numbers in all the books from different publishers and different authors, and also in various examinations. So note down all this very carefully. And now students, let's discuss what was the need of including this new type of number, that is a complex number, in our syllabus. Because no doubt we were happy in our real number world, then why experts of the subjects included this new type of numbers in our syllabus and put us in trouble? Why? Then let's see. Now, need of complex number. Need of a complex number. Now imagine you are given a quadratic equation 2x square plus 1 equal to 0, and you are asked to solve this question. Then how will you solve this? And obviously you have studied quadratic equation in class 10, and you have solved a lot of questions based on quadratic equation, and now a quadratic equation is given on the board. How will you solve this? Then let's solve this equation. 2x square plus 1 equal to 0, and when you write this 2x square equal to minus 1, because when you take this plus 1 to the right side, then it will be minus 1, and from here x square can be written as minus 1 upon 2, and x will be root under minus 1 upon 2 and plus minus. Here inside the root there is a negative number inside the root, negative number, and we have just studied that if inside a root there is a negative number, then it is an imaginary number, and we have not studied till class 10 what imaginary numbers are. So we cannot solve this quadratic equation. And similarly you can take the second and third example. So many examples are there. Suppose you have to solve x square plus 1 equal to 0. It is also a quadratic equation. Then how will you solve this? Of course you will take x square equal to minus 1, and when you find the value of x, then it will be plus minus root under minus 1. Then again you see an imaginary number here. Then how can you solve this? Then these equations and all such quadratic equation cannot be solved without having the knowledge of complex numbers and the knowledge of imaginary numbers. And students, this was the need of introducing a new type of number, that is the complex number, in our syllabus. Then how experts solve this equation? X equal to plus minus, and we have just studied that root under minus 1 is I. Root under minus 1 is I. Then it can also be written as root under minus 1 into root under half. That means x equal to plus minus, and this is I, and this is root 1 upon 2, that is root under 1 upon 2 I, and this was the equation of this quadratic equation. And I hope now you understand then what was the need of introducing a new type of number, complex number, and the imaginary quantity. And also note that I is sometimes also called imaginary quantity. So the solution of this quadratic equation is x equal to plus minus root under half I. And similarly you can write here x equal to plus minus, and root under minus 1 is I. Therefore the solution is x equal to plus minus I. And you can also remember that so many equations were also there in our class 10 where the discriminant, the value of discriminant was less than 0, and we clearly wrote down there that the value of discriminant is less than 0. So the equations have non-real roots, or the equation or the roots of the equations are not real, and we left them unsolved. But in this class, that is class 11, you have to solve all those type questions also, whose roots are imaginary, not real. And now let's discuss a little more on complex numbers, and then we will see how many types of questions are asked from complex numbers in your class 11 and in further study. तो चलें इसको एक एग्जांपल से समझते हैं ताकि ये बात अच्छी तरह समझ में आ जाए। फॉर एग्जांपल you have to solve root under -2 into root under -3 and you write root under -2 into -3 and then it is root under minus plus, then it is plus 6, then root plus 6 is the answer. Students, if you solve in this way, then this solution will be wrong, 100% wrong. Then what will be the correct solution? So let's see, let's solve the same question again. Root under -2 into root under -3. Now root under -2, can you not write root under -1 into 2? Root under -1 into 2, that means root under -1 is I, then I into 2, it is 2I. Clear? And similarly it is 3I, and when you write root is also there, root 2I, root 3I. I is not inside the root, it is outside the root. Then root 2 into root 3, now it is root 6, and I into I, it is I square, and finally root 6 into I square, and we have just studied that the value of I square is -1. Then here -1. Now root 6 into -1, it is minus root 6. Then this is the correct answer. But if you use root a into root b equal to root under a into b, and then the answer will be root under 6 only, which is wrong. The correct answer is minus root 6. Now let's see the types of questions asked from the complex number. So the first type of question which is generally asked from complex number is questions based on I, that is the power of I. Different powers of I in numerator and denominator will be given, and you have to solve them to find the final answer. Second one is to write the given expression in the form of a plus ib. This is the second type of questions which are generally and widely asked. The third type of question is find the multiplicative inverse of z, that is of a given complex number, and the fourth argument of a given complex number, and the last type is write the given complex number in polar form. So these are the 5 types of questions which are generally asked from complex number. तो आज के वीडियो में बस इतना ही, फिर मिलेंगे नए वीडियो में और नए क्वेश्चंस के साथ। तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए, और अगर अभी तक आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो इसे सब्सक्राइब कर दें और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दें। स्टूडेंट्स, ये टॉपिक और ये वीडियोस जो ये नियर फ्यूचर में आपको मिलने वाले हैं इस चैनल से बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब अभी ही कर दें, आज ही कर दें और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दें। आज के लिए बस इतना ही। थैंक यू।